Asta is an orphan lonely boy who accidentally gains the rarest 5-leaf grimoire and begins his journey to become the Wizard King, the ultimate authority of the Clover Kingdom. In the humble village of Hage, a priest discovers 2 infants abandoned on the steps of his church. Taking them in as his own, he discovers the boys' names to be Yuno and Asta. Fast forward 15 years, and the energetic Asta finds himself repeatedly proposing to Sister Lily, much to her amusement and rejection. His lack of magical ability earns him the tag of a pathetic loser from his peers, especially Yuno and the other orphans. Despite the taunts, Asta remains determined to prove himself, showcasing his unbreakable spirit. However, it's Yuno who shines with his innate magical talent, drawing admiration from those around him. While Asta has an overexcited and competitive nature, Yuno is characterized by his quiet and introverted demeanor. Both boys share a common dream: to become the Wizard King, the pinnacle of magical power in their kingdom. Their aspirations lead them to a momentous magic ceremony where each is to receive a grimoire, a magical tome that enhances their abilities. While Yuno is bestowed with a coveted 4-leaf clover grimoire symbolizing extraordinary luck, Asta is left disheartened when he seemingly receives nothing. Outside the ceremony, trouble begins as 2 nobles attempt to assassinate Yuno, only to be swiftly outmatched by his exceptional skills. However, their encounter takes a dangerous turn when Refchi Salik, a disgraced former magic knight, targets Yuno's rare grimoire. In a desperate attempt to protect his friend, Asta confronts the assailant, despite his lack of magical prowess. Mocked and beaten by Refchi, Asta's unwavering resolve, fueled by Yuno's encouragement, triggers a miraculous event. A damaged and mysterious black grimoire materializes before him, adorned with a legendary 5-leaf clover, a symbol associated with the ominous presence of the devil. 10 years ago, amidst their carefree childhood, Yuno and Asta found themselves exploring a familiar trail. Suddenly, Yuno stumbled, prompting Asta to rush to his aid. With a reassuring hand, Asta lifted Yuno up, playfully teasing him for being a crybaby, but offering unwavering support nonetheless. Hand in hand, the 2 boys continued their journey through the serene surroundings. Asta's playful banter filled the air as he expressed his desire to marry Sister Lily, much to Yuno's amusement. Though Yuno gently reminded Asta of the impossibility of such a union, Asta remained determined to make his dream a reality one day. Their playful banter halted as they reached the church, where Sister Lily awaited them with a captivating story. As she recounted the tale of the Wizard King, who valiantly battled a demon to bring light back to the world, Yuno listened intently, with an expression betraying a hint of fear. In contrast, Asta was captivated by the heroism and bravery woven into the narrative. As the story concluded, both Yuno and Asta were filled with a newfound sense of inspiration and determination, ignited with the desire to follow in the footsteps of the legendary Wizard King. One day, beneath the watchful gaze of the towering statue of the Wizard King, Asta found himself lost in admiration. Turning to Sister Lily, he inquired about the significance of the legendary figure. With a gentle smile, she affirmed the Wizard King's importance, highlighting his stature as second only to the king himself. Asta then boldly declared his ambition to ascend to the prestigious role of the Wizard King. As the day passed, Asta found himself grappling with the frustration of his seemingly dormant magical abilities. Despite his efforts, success evaded him, leaving him disheartened and bewildered. Still, Asta sought solace in helping Sister Lily with her chores. Father Orsi requested the orphans to deliver a letter to a town nearby. While Asta instantly volunteered for the task, Father Orsi selected Yuno instead. Despite Asta's willingness to go, Yuno declined, took hold of the letter, and departed. In the bustling town, he diligently fulfilled his task of delivering the letter, only to find himself targeted by a drunken troublemaker who snatched his necklace. Meanwhile, Asta, ever watchful of his friend's well-being, noted Yuno's delay and swiftly came to his aid. Regardless of the thief's mockery of his seemingly weak magic, Yuno valiantly attempted to defend himself with his wind magic, only to be met with taunts. Refusing to back down, his relentless pursuit of justice eventually compelled the thief to relinquish the stolen necklace, yielding to the invincible spirit of the young boy. In the present moment, amidst the chaos of Refchi Salik's panic, A foreboding shadow loomed behind Asta, a sign of impending danger. Unleashing the power of the mysterious grimoire and sword, Asta swiftly nullified Revchi's chain magic with a single swing, his declaration to become the Wizard King echoing with determined conviction. As Asta's blade struck true, incapacitating Revchi, he revealed the truth behind his formidable strength, a lifetime of physical training in the absence of magical abilities. With their bond forged in determination and shared ambition, Asta and Yuno stood united, reaffirming their unwavering vow to ascend to the pinnacle of wizardry as they embarked on their journey toward greatness. In the heart of the city, chaos reigns as a colossal demon wreaks havoc upon the unaware people. Just as despair begins to take hold, a figure in regal robes emerges, the legendary First Wizard King. With unparalleled skill and valor, he vanquishes the monstrous threat, securing peace for the Clover Kingdom. As generations pass, the mantle of protection falls upon the shoulders of successive Wizard Kings, each commanding 9 squads of magic knights sworn to defend the realm and its people at any cost. Meanwhile, in the confines of the church, Asta diligently hones his skills, completing a grueling regimen of 1,000 sword swings before quenching his thirst with Moguru leaf juice. Across the courtyard, Yuno's training regimen is equally rigorous, as he tirelessly splits wood and shatters rocks with practiced precision. United in their ambition, both Asta and Yuno set their sights on the prestigious Magic Knight's entrance exam, eager to prove themselves worthy of joining the esteemed ranks of the kingdom's defenders. With the support of their caretakers, Sister Lily and Father Orsi, the boys set out to discuss their aspirations with Drawut, hoping to secure permission to pursue their dreams. As the evening draws near, Asta and Yuno engage in a spirited race back to the church, their friendly competition fueled by positive spirits. Though Nash proclaims Yuno the victor, Asta remains resolute, with firm determination. With a heartfelt meal prepared by Lily and Orsi, the boys bid farewell to the comforts of home, embarking on a journey filled with challenges and trials. Yet, fueled by their bond and resolve, Asta and Yuno press forward, ready to face whatever obstacles lie ahead on their path to glory. In the bustling city of Kika, Asta and Yuno eagerly register for the highly anticipated Magic Knight's entrance exam. Amongst the mass of hopeful candidates, they soon find themselves besieged by a peculiar menace, the Anti-Birds, drawn to those with diminished magical prowess. Asta, swarmed by the feathered fiends, struggles to evade their relentless pursuit. In a stroke of luck, he collides with none other than Yami Sukehiro, the formidable captain of the Black Bulls, accompanied by his eccentric comrades Fenral Rolacase and Gordon Agrippa. After a brief encounter, Yami departs, leaving Asta in awe of his intimidating presence. As the exam commences, Asta's fortunes take a turn for the worse, with his performance falling short of expectations. Determined to prove his critics wrong, Asta squares off against Seke in a one-on-one duel, fueled by his unwavering resolve to defy expectations and realize his dream of becoming the Wizard King. As the clash unfolds, Seke's arrogance becomes his undoing, as Asta summons his trusty sword and swiftly overcomes his opponent's defenses. With indispensable spirit, he emerges victorious, reaffirming his vow to ascend to greatness despite the odds stacked up against him. After Asta's resounding victory over Seke Bronzaza and his bold proclamation of aspiring to become the Wizard King, murmurs of skepticism ripple through the crowd, dismissing his ambition as mere delusion. Yuno finds himself pitted against the formidable Salim Hapshas, who unleashes his most potent spells in a bid for victory. However, Yuno effortlessly overpowers his opponent with his towering tornado technique, showcasing his remarkable prowess in securing his place as a standout candidate. As the exam draws to a close, the squad captains deliberate over their selections, recognizing Yuno's exceptional talent and battling for his allegiance. Ultimately, Yuno decides to join the esteemed ranks of the Golden Dawn squad, evoking admiration from all who witness his remarkable display of magical aptitude. In stark contrast, Asta finds himself overlooked and disregarded by the captains, his lack of magical ability and mysterious power source rendering him an enigma to their discerning eyes. Unaffected by rejection, he remains steadfast in his determination to achieve this sky-high goal of becoming the Wizard King. Yami, the captain of the renowned Black Bulls, extends a surprising offer to Asta, recognizing the indomitable spirit that burns within him. Embracing the opportunity with newfound determination, Asta accepts Yami's invitation, eager to prove his worth and carve out his own path to greatness. As Asta prepares to embark on his new journey alongside his newfound comrades, he shares a brief moment of happiness with Yuno before duty calls him away. However, their interaction is abruptly interrupted when Seke, harboring a grudge from their earlier duel, attempts to sabotage Asta's progress with a venomous creature. Thankfully, Yuno intervenes in the nick of time, destroying Seke's treacherous scheme and ensuring Asta's safety. With tensions momentarily diffused, Asta is escorted to the Black Bull's base, where he is met with a fiery welcome from the intimidating Yami himself. At the Golden Dawn's headquarters, Yuno is greeted by Klaus Lunetes, who offers him insight into the group's strict acceptance process. Meanwhile, Asta eagerly attempts to make his presence known among the Black Bulls, only to find them preoccupied with their own affairs. Their attention is abruptly captured by the thunderous crash of a demolished wall, courtesy of their enigmatic captain, Yami. As the dust settles, Yami introduces Asta to the group, sparking a series of individual introductions. Eager to prove himself worthy of the Black Bull's ranks, Asta requests a robe, but his request is met with skepticism by Magnus Swing, who insists that he must first earn it. Thus begins Asta's initiation, a grueling test of physical endurance that includes push-ups, sit-ups, and ultimately blocking a powerful attack from Magna himself. Asta successfully deflects the onslaught, proving his mettle and earning the respect of his new comrades. However, as he relaxes in his newfound acceptance, he is unaware of the demeaning gaze of Noelle Silva, who observes the proceedings from a balcony above, her icy aura showcasing her skeptical attitude towards the newest member of the Black Bulls. After being shown to his new room, Asta's excitement bubbles over as he realizes it's the first time he's had a space to call his own. Magnus Swing, his new squad mate, instructs him to write a letter to the church to inform them of his squad assignment. Eager to share the news, Asta eagerly sits down to pen his letter. Meanwhile, Yuno is also settling into his new accommodations, receiving instructions from Klaus about his upcoming duties as a magic knight. Back at the church, Asta's and Yuno's letters arrive, surprising the clergy with news of their successful entrance into the Magic Knights. With Asta now officially part of the Black Bulls, Magna takes it upon himself to show him around their base. Along the way, Asta is introduced to another new recruit, Noelle. However, any hopes of a warm welcome are dashed when Noelle, a member of the prestigious House Silva, mocks Asta for his commoner status. Refusing to be belittled, Asta stands his ground, asserting that all members of the Black Bulls are equals. His defiance prompts Noelle to demonstrate her water magic, intending to put him in his place. However, her spell backfires, striking Magna instead. In the wake of the mishap, Magna's frustration boils over, leading to a heated confrontation with Noelle. Unwilling to tolerate her disrespect, Noelle defiantly casts aside her robe before storming off, leaving behind a tense atmosphere in her wake. Later, Asta observes Noelle practicing her magic, struggling to hit a target on a tree due to her difficulty in controlling her powers. Worried that Asta might mock her like the others, she attempts to cast a water ball at him, but loses control, trapping herself in a destructive water bubble. Yami suggests using Asta's sword to break the spell, freeing Noelle with Finral's help. Instead of teasing her, Asta admires Noelle's magical prowess and is welcomed back by the squad, who reassures her that setbacks are common. She receives her robe again, and Asta offers his hand to help her up, symbolizing their newfound bond as she accepts his gesture. Asta takes on various chores like cleaning, laundry, and feeding the animals. When he attempts to wake up Yami, he is brutally rebuked and instructed to leave. Feeling lost about the role of magic knights, he questions Noelle during breakfast about her lack of assistance with the tasks. She explains that her royal status exempts her from such duties, but Asta finds this unfair. Yami interrupts, summoning Magna for a mission. Magna and Yami venture to a casino, where they gamble away their possessions and money. Yami bets his grimoire in a final round against Seihi's request for compliance if he wins. Yami agrees, leading to their return to the Black Bull's base, unclothed after losing the bet. The Black Bulls receive their first mission, to hunt wild boars near Zashi. Noelle hesitates, unsure of her ability to control her magic. but Magna reassures her that it's an opportunity to learn and promises to clean up any messes. Unable to teleport to the village, they opt for a broomstick ride, but neither Noelle nor Asta can fly one. Magna steps in with his crazy cyclone and transports them. In Zashi, a group led by Heath Grace arrives, defeating boars and searching for a magic stone rumored to be there. Asta finds himself in a tight spot as he's chased by a wild boar, while Noelle and Magna observe. Noelle attempts to assist with her water magic, but her spell inadvertently hits Asta. Nevertheless, Asta manages to fend off one of the boars with his sword. He proceeds to take down the remaining 4, and together they bring the defeated boars back to Zashi. On the journey, Magna shares a bit of his past, recounting how he once attempted to conquer Zashi as a child, but was repeatedly bested by a formidable figure named Zehi. Despite his defeats, Zehi encouraged Magna to pursue his dreams of becoming a magic knight. Magna reflects on Zehi's influence, crediting him with teaching him valuable lessons about perseverance and masculinity. Upon reaching the village, they encounter dense mist, prompting Magna to instruct Asta to use his sword to cut through it. They arrive at the main square to find the villagers in distress, surrounded by lethal ice spikes. Magna swiftly destroys the spikes using his exploding buckshot spell, only to discover Zehi lying lifeless on the ground, having been slain. Afterwards, as Heath Grace sends a massive ice block hurtling toward them, Asta springs into action, swiftly slicing the magic in half with his sword. Asta's casual inquiry about Heath's sudden appearance prompts a chilling response. Heath's on a mission to oust the villagers, dubbing them beasts. Undeterred, Asta boldly positions himself as the villagers' defender. Despite the Black Bull's valiant efforts to shield the townsfolk, Heath continues his icy assault, seemingly conjuring an endless flurry of frozen projectiles. With Heath offering a chilly ultimatum, Asta stands firm, refusing to leave the villagers out in the cold. Amidst the chaos, Anna's plea for Noelle's aid ignites a spark of inspiration, leading Noelle to conjure a protective dome of water, proving that even in the face of frosty adversity, they won't be left high and dry. Magna commends Noelle for her ingenious creation of the sea dragon's nest, safeguarding the townsfolk from harm. Seizing the opportunity, Asta launches himself through the protective barrier, aiming straight for Heath. However, Heath swiftly counters by conjuring a slick patch of ice, destroying Asta's advance and sending him crashing to the ground. Undeterred, Heath presses forward, attempting to breach the watery fortress. With their options dwindling, Magna recognizes the need for action, but finds himself drained of magical reserves. Just as all seems lost, Asta rallies for another assault, only to be repelled once more by Heath's icy barrier. Determined to turn the tide, Magna devises a bold plan, urging Asta to recreate the Black Bull initiation ceremony. As Magna unleashes a powerful barrage of flames, he exhausts his last ounces of magic, collapsing from the strain. Yet, Asta seizes the moment, deflecting the fiery projectiles back to Heath and his cohorts with precision timing. Meanwhile, Noelle steps in, conjuring a protective shield to safeguard Magna from Heath's retaliatory strikes. Caught in a relentless inferno, Heath finds himself overwhelmed, providing Asta with the perfect opportunity to deliver the decisive blow. With a resounding strike from his sword, Heath is finally vanquished, bringing an end to the harrowing ordeal. Magna manages to subdue the 4 mages, but one slips away before they can be fully restrained. Asta, exhausted from the battle, collapses and drifts into sleep. As the trio recovers, the grateful townsfolk express their heartfelt thanks for their heroic efforts. Meanwhile, an anti-bird emerges from Asta's hood and takes flight, scouting the village. It discovers a mysterious light emanating from a nearby building and ventures inside, uncovering the coveted magic stone sought by Heath. Intent on uncovering the truth, Magna confronts Heath, demanding answers about his motives and allegiance. However, instead of divulging information, Heath resorts to a drastic measure, encasing himself and his cohorts in ice and shattering into oblivion. In the aftermath, the trio pays a visit to Nick and Anna at their grandfather's grave, where they learn more about Zehi's admiration for the Magic Knights and his pride in Magna's accomplishments. Suddenly, the tranquility is shattered as the anti-bird attacks Asta, revealing the magic stone it discovered. Grateful for their bravery, Nick offers the stone to the trio as a token of appreciation for saving their town. Meanwhile, elsewhere, the escaped mage delivers a report to a shadowy figure adorned with the crest of the Golden Dawn. Upon their return to the Black Bull's headquarters, Yami commends Asta, Magna, and Noelle for their valor in protecting the townspeople. However, despite their efforts, Vanessa and Finral Rollercase return empty-handed from their investigation into the attacker's identity. Yami decides to leave the matter to the Magic Investigation Department. To lift their spirits, he reveals that the Wizard King has acknowledged their bravery by awarding them a star, a prestigious recognition among Magic Knights. Vanessa elaborates that stars reflect the squad's accomplishments, revealing that the Golden Dawn currently leads with 70 stars. In contrast, the Black Bulls are in the negative, with 30 stars deducted. As Yami distributes their pay, Asta is astounded by the generous sum, envisioning a bounty of potatoes to last a decade, much to Noelle's indifference. Asta proudly declares his intention to share the wealth with Sister Lily, the woman he hopelessly dreams of marrying someday. Intrigued, Vanessa inquires about their plans for the money, prompting Asta to suggest treating the squad to a feast. The following day, she escorts them to the bustling castle town of Kika. Asta is captivated by the sights and sounds around him as he and Noelle observe the other Black Bulls spending their money. Vanessa guides the duo to the black market. Although Noelle is hesitant at first, Vanessa assures that they might find a magic tool to aid in their magic control. Noelle tentatively tries on a necklace, but her attempt to use it accidentally hits a passerby, revealing him to be Seke Bronzaza. He attempts to flirt with them until Asta arrives, causing Seek to become jealous of Asta's company with two women. Suddenly, a thief snatches a bag from an elderly lady, prompting her to cry out for help. Asta springs into action, giving chase to apprehend the thief. Asta charges after the thief, who's riding a cloud. Seke tails him on his magic scooter. Using his Demon Slayer's sword, Asta slices through the spell, causing the cloud to vanish. The thief ditches the cloud and flees on foot, with Asta hot on his trail. Seke attempts to stop the thief with his bike, but the thief retaliates by stabbing Seke's foot with a paralyzed knife, sending Seke tumbling to the ground. As Asta rushes to Seke's aid, Seke urges Asta to pursue his dream on his behalf, seemingly resigned to his fate. However, Asta refuses to accept defeat so easily, delivering a sharp rebuke to Seke for giving up. Vanessa quickly applies an ointment to Seke's wound, revealing that it was merely a numbing poison, and Seke is soon back on his feet. Seke takes charge and hauls the thief away with him, leaving Asta, Vanessa, and Noelle to return the stolen bag to its rightful owner, an elderly lady. Once the deed is done, the trio departs, unaware that the elderly woman they helped is none other than Julius Nova Chrono, the Wizard King, who had been on a quest to discover new magic. The Wizard King notices Klaus, Yuno, and Mimosa Vermilion flying above and decides to pursue them. They're accompanied by Salim Habshas on his journey to the Heart Kingdom as his bodyguards. Klaus wonders why Yuno was chosen, considering he bested Salim during the exam. Salim reveals he requested Yuno as a bodyguard to apologize, expressing his desire for Yuno to achieve his dream of becoming the Wizard King so he can boast to his future children about his encounter with royalty. Yuno shares some of his background with Salim, while Klaus remains suspicious of the mission. Suddenly, ominous black clouds materialize, prompting Yuno to investigate. He's ambushed by a gang of bandits, but despite falling from his broomstick, Yuno triumphs over his attackers, earning admiration from Salim and Mimosa. Salim suggests visiting Yuno's hometown to gain insight into his upbringing, despite Klaus's objections. They soar past the demon skull and reach the church, where Sister Lily warmly welcomes them. Yuno is swarmed by the children and Father Orsi, leaving Salim to negotiate a brief visit. While Yuno enjoys time with the children, Klaus remains disgruntled by the unfolding events. Who will win the race of becoming the next Wizard King? Would it be Asta or Yuno or someone else? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more recaps.